Holy heck. We hit 100 subscribers! I don't even know what to say. Well, first, I will say thank you from the deepest part of my heart to your heart. Thank you. I know watching somebody learn to do stuff can be pretty cringy, so I super appreciate everyone who's given me a chance while I get the hang of this YouTube thing. 100 thank yous to all of you. I want to take this opportunity to announce a shift away from Room for Reptiles. I know that I said I would be using it extremely temporarily, and I think its time has already come and gone. I started to use the name SKINKOLOGY on my Instagram account. I then created a Morph Market account with that name and created a logo that I felt great about. But all of this happened pretty shortly after me making my introduction video where I had just said that I would be wearing Room for Reptiles as a hat for a little while as I figured out the direction of the channel. I'm not gonna lie, I still am not 100% sure on the direction the channel is headed, but I know what my core values are and I feel confident that we will figure out where this ride goes together. So why Skinkology? Well, to put it plainly, skinks are awesome. Skinks are the best. There are so many different kinds of skinks that it would take me hours just to name them all. I will never ever know all there is to know about skinks, and I think that's super cool. I'm also going to be focusing on blue-tongued skinks and a handful of smaller skink species for my breeding projects, which is a big part of having skink in the name. I can't guarantee that I won't branch out into non-skinks in the future, and there will still be plenty of other reptile action going on in the pet arena, but my breeding focus will be skinks. Now, I mentioned some core values, and I'd like to share those with you all. First and foremost, this is not a channel where we support the bare minimum. I want reptiles to have enriched lives in complex environments where they are able to act out their natural behaviors. Enclosures for snakes need to be at least long enough for the snake to stretch out fully one time, and enclosures for other species need to account for their activity levels and wild habitats. Climbing opportunities are offered to every species. I heard someone say once that if they saw a snake 2 feet off the ground, they wouldn't call that snake arboreal. Most of our enclosures are never ever going to get truly tall enough to replicate an arboreal experience, but even terrestrial animals like corn snakes will sometimes find themselves up a tree. And I think at the very least we should be offering opportunities to get up off the ground. Diurnal animals get UVB, crepuscular animals get UVB, and nocturnal animals get UVB. Everybody gets UVB in this house. It's an ongoing process for me, but I'm working on UVB for everybody by the end of this year. Replicating the sun and their natural environments as closely as possible is essential to health and emotional well-being. I recognize that I'm not around 24/7 to see what resources my reptiles do and don't use, and that even nocturnal animals will occasionally be out in daylight hours, and we should seek to replicate what their experience of day and night would be like in the wild. I would rather provide it and have it not used than not provide it and never give my animals the choice. Choice and agency are more core values of mine. Cooperative care is extremely important to me. Forced handling is not something I will ever condone on this channel, regardless of species or context. I believe force should only be used in emergencies. I do not buy into the idea that some species need to be traumatized through forced stress taming. I'm certainly not an expert on reptile or animal socialization, but I don't abide people doing mean shit to their animals, and I don't think that you need to be a specialist to know when something is mean. I want to have as much compassion for animals as we're having for people, and conversely, as much compassion for people as we're having for animals. So as much as I'm taking a hard line on things like enclosure sizes, I want you to know that I'm not taking a hard line on things like people who are trying their best and always trying to do better by their animals. I think that's an important distinction. Compassion rocks. On a channel front, I'll let you know right now that no matter how big this platform ever gets, I will never be accepting sponsorships from anything other than companies I think are reputable and that I would recommend anyways. You don't have to worry about being interrupted by a VPN or BetterHelp ad or any ads at all. YouTube puts ads onto videos sometimes even though the creator has ads turned off, so you might still get the occasional ad while watching my videos, but I'm not going to be turning ads on for my videos. I personally find ad breaks infuriating, and I hate the advertiser-friendly direction that YouTube has taken. I want you all to have a good experience here, so rest assured we're not going to be doing any of that. Now that we've covered a bit of what to expect here, let me tell you a bit about me. My name is Yes. My pronouns are they, them.
I'm a 30-year-old queer and trans novice reptile breeder and big-time nerd. My deal is that I never lost that sense of childlike awe for the natural world, and I hope to cultivate it in others who maybe have. I have always loved animals, but it wasn't until I started keeping reptiles that I felt like I really found my place. These cold-blooded weirdos make sense to me, and they make me happy. I want to help them be happy right back. If happy reptiles is something that you care about too, then please stick around so we can all keep getting better together. So without further ado, welcome to Skinkology.
Oh my god, I want to shit my pants. That's so cool.